What up? We're gonna make another video today. Oh yeah. Looking a little rough around the edges. I know. Haven't shaved in like over a week. Haven't trimmed this stuff up. You know, I'm getting a little grizzly, but you know, that's what us truck people do. Yeah. Yeah. So what we got on this episode? Yeah. Power wagon. Ooh yeah. So what we gonna do is some front steering upgrades, you know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers over here have some nasty, what I would call death wobble, but it's a whole different animal in these trucks. But to me, it is still considered death wobble because when this shit starts shaking, 11,000 miles on the clock, right? When this bitch starts shaking, let me tell you, if you've owned a Jeep Wrangler and you've gotten that nasty death wobble on the freeway, and then even when you try to slow down, it just gets worse and worse to the point where you're like, dear baby Jesus, is this thing gonna blow up? Is it gonna fall off the wheels? Is the axle gonna pop out from underneath it? Who the hell know what's gonna go on? Some crazy nasty shit, you know what I'm saying? Like end of the world type shit gonna happen. So this truck's doing that already at 11,000 miles. Now, y'all might say, well, why don't you just take it to the dealer? It's under warranty. Let them figure it out. I would. Other than the tow bar with the tie rods, it's not currently available from the dealer. The drag links no longer available from the dealer due to the recall. So, I've already checked the ball joints. They're good. I already checked other parts of the suspension bushings and shit. They're good. So, most likely from reading online, it could be the track bar, the tow bar, and the steering stabilizer that's causing these issues. And it's a known problem on these newer Rams. There's all kind of videos and people post about death wobble in the front end shaking out of control when they hit a fucking bump or a bridge abutment on the freeway where it's an uneven, bump. So I went ahead and bought some Synergy Performance parts and bilstein parts, and we're going to swap everything out on this front end and just get it knocked out in one hit with some heavy duty shit, with some good warranty shit, and all of that stuff, and we'll be A-O-fucking-K. So, let me show you what we got. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, look at that lawn, boy. Damn. Sweet-ass lawnmower. Not really. There's my old trailer hitch. Yeah. All right, so what we got in this box is a Synergy drag link. Yep. What we got in that box there is the Synergy tow bar. What we got in there is the bilstein steering stabilizer. And then what we got in there is the bracket for this to go onto that. Bam! Ooh wee! Oh, and we got special Synergy grease that has to be used on these two components. So let's open these bitches up and see what we got. But first, UPS, you fucking up, man. I swear if I have anything missing in this box of damage, I'm gonna whoop your ass, UPS. This should not be happening, UPS. I should not be getting a package that's got a big ass hole in it like some black dude done stuck his dick in there and like fucking white women and fisting them. Like that's uncalled for, UPS. That is unfucking called for. That shit should not be happening to my package. I should not be able to fist these bitches when I get them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to get better with this shit. Come on now, UPS. Step it up. This box probably costs like 20 bucks to ship. Come on now. Take care of this shit. Ooh. Wait till you see this shit. Ooh, baby, this shit is smooth. I mean, this shit look so good. Check it out. Look at this shit right here. Bam! Woo! Oh man, look at this puppy right here. This is that drag link. Yep, we got some hardware, some instructions. Oh man, look at that, baby. Look at that. Oh, that is a nice adjustment set right there. Double adjustable. Oh man, you ain't gotta twist the bar. You ain't gotta worry about the freaking nuts coming loose like on the stock one. And they got Zerk fittings. Double adjustable on this side too. Ain't that some shit? Damn. That's something, ain't it? well, it's not really double adjustable. This is just the lock nut end of it. But yeah, this actually is the adjuster right here. And then we got the tow bar. Another one with some big ass, you know, tie rod joints. There's the adjuster. Look at the size of that thing. Man. Thick bar right here. Got your boots. Yep. And then this is the, they got their own grease. Look at that shit. Synergy Lithium Complex Extreme Pressure EP. They want you to use this. This is their grease for their product. So I'm guessing you should run this if you want to warranty the product if it goes bad. Because I very well doubt that they're going to cover the parts if you don't use the proper grease. And they will probably know when you send it in to get warrantied. Like, hey, yeah, you didn't use the proper grease? We're not going to cover it. Sorry about your luck. A new tie rod will be $399.99. And then this is the steering stabilizer bracket, because their tow bar doesn't retain the factory setup. So you have to install a secondary one or a primary one on the bar to attach the steering stabilizer. So that's pretty cool. And then over here, look at this. This is a dual setup I bought because I got it so cheap from the guys at 4 Wheel Parts Cleveland. That's where all of this was ordered from. They're a distributor, a dealer for Synergy and Bilstein. So, and then with my, I have a smaller discount too through my off-road group. So we get a percentage off being members, which is cool. And then I got a way better deal on this as well. I know everybody's like, oh, you should have went with Fox or Thurin, but for the price I paid for this dual steering stabilizer kit, I'll be honest, I can't complain. And I'll if it doesn't work like it's supposed to, then that's on me. But for the price I paid for a twin setup, I can't complain at all, one bit whatsoever. But I mean, just look at this thing, man. I mean, that looks so sweet. Oh, it even says on here what it is. Look at this. Let me move this out of the way here. See if it'll focus. Steering dampener assembled in the USA. The B8 5100 from Bilstein. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, this thing's, I mean, you can squeeze it, it's hard, and then, I mean, it's like a regular shock. But I mean, pushing it down, it's got some force against it, so I definitely see this being a very positive, you know, install, positive mod. Plus it looks good. I mean, look at that. That's sweet. And it comes with its own bracket as well, you know, because it's a dual setup, so it's meant to work with the factory tow bar. But since we're getting rid of that, we have that one and then the second one. And I'm not too sure I like how on the axle itself, the way this bolts together on there. So I might run one for now and then make my own bracket for the axle so I can properly mount two the way I want, because I don't like having one below the other. It looks stupid if you look at a picture of it, of how this sits on these trucks. But yeah, we're gonna start getting into the install of this now. Alrighty, we got it all jacked up on some stands. Yeah, we ready to go to start taking this apart now. Get these wheels off of here. Now, they say, Synergy says it can be done on the ground with the wheels on. But if you ask me, I'm not trying to fight to get these nuts behind the wheels. You know what I'm saying? And then knock all of this down and hit the wheel. I mean, it's kind of a close fit. And then the same thing on this side. You know, you got, look how close that is. You know, you're better off just taking the wheels off. And then you got to turn the wheel to get this out, because the engine cradle area is going to be, the crossover is going to be in the way. So I officially marked this location center with the sway bar and a mark on there so I can take a straight edge and line the steering wheel back up, you know, in case it gets off, so I can make sure I properly center the steering wheel. So let's get these big wheels off. Also, I want to give a shout out to Flex Tech. As you can see right there, Flex Tech. These gloves are freaking amazing. They're not waterproof or nothing, but I mean, you want to get into a fight and you're wrenching. I mean, this stuff, man, you can sit here and freaking just, you know, just, and you won't feel nothing. All that rubber padding in the fingers and top of the hand knuckles. I mean, look at that, damn. And then this, it's got a thick rubber surface. I love mechanics gloves, but because they're thinner than these, and it's kind of easier to move. These are a lot thicker, but for doing tires, ripping apart suspensions, the bigger stuff, I mean, to me, these things work great. You know, they're kind of cut resistant and stuff too, so it's got a hard coating on it, so they're real grippy. But I really love these. They're called Flex Tech. Check them out. All right, so we got the wheels off. Oh man, look at them springs. Dang, that's how they sit up in there. Crazy, all angled and stuff. There's your bilstein shocks, yes sir. Getting a little bit of rub from the cover, it looks like, huh? Yeah. There's your flex joint for the Articulink. You know, got the double joint right there. Pretty cool looking. Let's see here. Yep, so we're gonna pop this puppy off right here on this side. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. Not zooming it. There we go, now you can see it. So we're gonna pop that puppy off, knock that out. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna take this nut off, knock this out, take this nut off, knock that out. And as you can see, this is where your factory steering stabilizer bolts in, and then it goes to that mount in the axle right there. But my steering stabilizer is missing. Somehow I bought this 18 with no stabilizer on it. Go figure. Explains probably part of my death wobble. But the main reason I'm doing all of this is because this drag link's under recall and there's currently no part available, so I ordered the Synergy, which is to me the best on the market from my research, and I decided I'll do the tow bar with it to eliminate this and do a different stabilizer and change everything out to where it's pretty much bulletproof. Let's get into taking this apart. Well, let's see how easy these pop out. So I got the nuts done, and let's see here. Not too bad. Let's try this side. Switch hands here, because I can't hold this and do the same thing, so. There it goes, popped out, look at that. Oh, and by the way, this is that custom BFH, you know, big old solid steel rod, doesn't give no plastic, no fiberglass. This is a man's hammer. This ain't no purse hand bitch hammer, you know what I'm saying? This is straight, there ain't no give with this. This shit's giving you full feedback like a force back steering wheel. Yes, sir. Oh, there we go, look at that. So that is the new tierod bar. Got a lot of adjusting to do here, but I'll have links to this from Synergy. But it's a lot better design. It's similar to the stock one where you rotate this to adjust, you know, toe in and out, and this will move in and out with this sleeve. This has a similar thing right here with an adjuster sleeve, and it's double adjustable. So we'll see how this goes. I got to adjust it. This is actually hardened as well. Synergy did a tug test on the stock one by pulling it with another Jeep, which is not recommended. And this one bent, and when they retracted it, it didn't go back to its normal state. But they did the same test on theirs, and they pulled it, and you saw this thing flex like crazy. They let go of it and went all the way back to, let's say, this position right here, which is pretty crazy. Also, this finish, I mean, this is a very nice, I don't know if I can clear it in here, but very nice silver metallic type finish on it. Powder coat, nice and smooth. All the welds on this look phenomenal. The quality, the tire rods or whatever, quality is just, it's phenomenal on this thing. It's crazy. I'm about to get the grease gun ready. I got an air powered one sitting right up there. I got to get that grease out of there and get it changed out to this one, because this is the only grease I'm probably going to be using from now on. So I got to get that cleaned out, changed out. So we'll get that. Yeah, there's some of my tools, you know, toolbox. Harbor Freight, best box ever. 20-ton press, engine hoist. I got an engine stand, pans, you know. Got all the stuff, jack stands, pipes. Oh man, it's the Russian. Oh shit, Mr. Tire, yeehaw. Thing's about 10 years old. So, all right, in the tow rod bar, you're gonna get two of these, all right, 2 bolts, all right, nuts, 2 cotter pins. Parts even have like who packaged them, the date, everything. It's pretty cool. Even the box has this stuff. So, all right. So these look weird. I mean, you could be looking at, there's a boot, there's this. Well, on these tow bar, instead of rubber boots, it runs these things. So these are going to go over this, and they're going to snap on to this lip down here. All right, just like a regular boot sits on there. These have a lip on the inside, if you can see them. Let's see if we can zoom that in right there. Let's see. Of course, this won't focus on that. But anyways, so there's a little lip. They go on there per the instructions. You press them down and they will snap. Oh, come on. They will snap into that lip right down there. And then after you get them snapped in, you're going to press these rubber shields, covers, over top of them to protect them. Now, I'm guessing they're supposed to come separated or whatnot, because in the instructions that come with it, it shows these as being separated. Well, when I got these were pressed together, and let me tell you, they're actually pretty freaking tight together. You're not putting these, both of these together right on here together. It's not going to happen. You got to do one at a time. So I had to take one of my snap-on tools. I have flat picks, and I had to go in here and pry the boot down to pop it out, so I could separate these and install these. These are like a, I don't know, I guess polyurethane. I mean, they're really freaking hard. I mean, they're no joke. These boots are, I can't even bend them, squeeze them. I mean, barely. I mean, look at this. It's just, I mean, they're stiff, which is pretty cool. So I got the grease in the gun. As you can see, these are metal on metal, like they say, and you got to use a special grease, you know, or you'll probably tear them up. So I'm gonna shoot a couple things of grease in there, 2 squirts. It says that all you need to do per change, and then I'm gonna get these boots and stuff on there and lubed up, and we'll be good to go. All right, so there's the boot snapped in, and it actually went on pretty tight, pretty easy. All I did was take the grease and fill in right underneath the boot, so the grease is flat underneath this, so there's no extra grease needed on that. So what I'll show you is where this opening is in here. So what I did is I just took my finger and I filled that area with grease after pumping it until it squirted out, and then filled this in, so then you're good to go. Pop the boot on, because the boot sits flat against the bottom of this, so should be pretty good. So that's what I'm gonna go with. You guys or anybody else can do however they want, but that's just how I'm doing it. And let's see here. So this is the metal cover. Let's see if we can put one of these on. Let's see. See if I can hold something to hold this camera up. Just a protective cover. Just like that. Look at that. It slides right on there. Doesn't that look weird? Look at that. That's all it is. A rubber boot with this metal cap on it, and that's it. It's not bad. Now some may say, oh, well, you know, if you look at it, it doesn't really flex that much. But this is a tow bar. So with the tow bar, if you actually think about it, the tow bar doesn't really, these don't really twist side to side. They turn. So they're going to have a little bit of movement from the knuckle, but they're not going to have a lot. So in all honesty, I think that's pretty cool heavy duty design for those. And we're gonna have to see how it works out. All right, so we started on the drag link, and I'll show you a video of the tie rod bar in, but I needed that motherfucker there, this motherfucker here, this forking looking motherfucker here, and this BFH right here. You know what I'm saying? This little dabadoo right here, I tell you right now, I don't know who put this damn thing on this truck, but I sure shit like to beat their ass, because trying to get that puppy unbolted from there, let me tell you something right now. That boy was a pain in my fucking ass, let me tell you that. That boy wouldn't come out. I took the nut off, butchered it, beat on it, heated it, and then I finally resorted to the fork, and then that baby wouldn't even do it. I had to use the BFH with the fork and beat the living dog crap out of it to get that sucker to finally pop out of there. But this end right here, couple taps on that knuckle like we did with the tie rod, and bow, that boy be popping right out. But look at that though. Look at that tie rod though. Damn.
That branch, man, just busted off.
That shit's sweet, isn't it?
Look at this shit.
You got the lock nuts, and then
Look at this shit.
you can touch, man, shut up, man, damn.
Look.
And then you got your self adjuster right here. You can adjust this shit right here, single side, nice and easy. You know what?
See my bush?
You need to go drink some more somewhere else, boy. Take your little fucking purse girly drink somewhere else. You and your fucking Lipton iced tea alcohol. Fuck kind of shit is that? Yeah, pussy ass bitch, fucking my brother. Oh my god, my brother, this is just insane. What is wrong? I am baboonzled with this guy. Look at this fucking lanky looking motherfucker.
Under fucking ground mechanic.
Yeah, I'm underground these nuts in your mouth, bitch. All right, well then drink mine.
I can't drink Corona, dude.
Oh man, ooh wee.
That's dumb. That shit's from Mexican donkey.
You're the one that bought it for me. I didn't ask for it. I'm gonna drink it. It's free. Any alcohol is free is good alcohol, right? So this is the Synergy drag link right here. That's the stock drag link. Now the Synergy one's meant for actually lifted trucks as well. So that's why when it comes down, it's got the sharper angle. So that way the geometry is more set when you lift the truck. If this was like a regular Ram. This has a factory lift on it, so it's going to definitely benefit from the stability of this better geometry from the drag link from Synergy. I have to self-adjust it and get everything set up to where it needs to be to put it on the truck. But what's cool is, instead of screwing with this to make the adjustments, alright, you have to loosen both nuts and do all of this bullshit. All you gotta do is like the tie rod, you loosen this one, and then you got this adjuster right here, and this moves the tie rod in or out, and the sleeve moves in or out with it. So this saves a lot of time for adjustments instead of having to turn this, then tighten this, and then it moves and all that BS. You loosen this enough to turn this, set it, and you're done. So that way if your wheel's off, you go underneath there, loosen it, crank it with a wrench, pair of channel locks, whatever you want to use, crescent wrench, and you're good to go. And these have the big nuts, boots, grease fittings, so it's fully serviceable. I mean, just look how thick these tie rods are compared to these stock chintzy looking ones. I mean, that's awful. I mean, this bar is even thicker itself. This bar is way, you can tell it's way thicker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at these tie rod styles. Look at this. How chintzy it is, and look how fat and big that is. And then here's the grease fitting on this one. It's actually loose, so I gotta tighten that up too. Oh boy, didn't even see that one. That one's tight. But yeah, I definitely gotta, yeah, Zerk fitting's gotta be tightened up. Ain't that about something right there? But it comes with, so it comes with the rings for the boots. So you can put the snap rings in. It comes with, it comes with the snap ring for the boots right here. Okay, this one's already on there. This one I gotta put on, and then it's got the two nuts and the cotter pins. So it's pretty much, they use the same hardware same tie rods on tow bars, the drag links, and whatever else. So that way, pretty much it's either left hand or right hand thread. So that way, if you need to replace it, you just tell them what you need, and they'll send you one out. There's no tie rod part, no tow part, no drag link part. It's all the same ends, just left and right thread, which is pretty cool. Because looks like the same style that's on the tie rod, just the tie rod has the different boots on it. But yeah, so we're gonna get this fucker mounted up in the truck and get this thing adjusted. Hopefully I can get this thing self-aligned tonight too. Well, after much delays tonight, I finally was able to get this Synergy tow bar, drag link, and bilstein 5100 stabilizer on. So my brother, which you've seen in these videos, is love him to death, but annoying sometimes, that's how brothers are. But amongst other people that stopped over and distracted me from working on the truck and whatnot, and some procrastination, I'm finally done with it. Probably gonna take a shower, might take it for a spin afterwards, and see how it drives. The toe, the alignment is done by hand. So I took before measurements from where I set them, and then I took after. So right now, it's got a minor toe out. Measures 65 inches in the front, and 64, a little over 64 3/4 in the rear of the front tires. The difference between the front and back of the tires. So it's about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch roughly. I mean, it's right around like 60, right under 65 in the front, and then like 64 3/4 or a little bit more on the back side. So it's pretty fucking close from what it was. I just got to see about centering the steering wheel. I think it's going to be off a little bit. I think I got the drag link close. But not 100% close because the drag link is angled differently. So trying to match it up with the old one, and then trying to measure it, the old one, from center to center on the joints to center on the new ones, is a little more difficult due to the angle. So it can actually sit differently in the truck. You get a different measurement for where the wheel is going to sit. Other than that, it came out it's pretty straightforward, and the drag link only takes about a half hour to put on. I'd say probably the tow bar about 45 minutes to an hour if you gotta, take the old one off and set it and measure it and put it on there and make your adjustments. Probably could do it in a half hour if the truck was like brand new. Mine was a little bit more because I'm a little bit more precise with the measurements, and I wanted to get it as freaking close as possible, so I didn't have to I had to do the least amount of adjustments on the truck. But the parts are great, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the fit, the size of the joints. I mean, instructions, hands down, fucking tits. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff to install, but, at least the instructions explain, this end goes here, this end goes there. For people that might not know, if you grease it, only grease it like this. Install the boots like this. Tighten it to this foot-pounds, to that foot-pounds. Make sure this is angled this way. Make sure this bend in the drag link sticks out this way. Make sure this faces that way. Those are all key points for doing installs for people that may not know. Especially even for someone like me who's been doing this for 15 years. You get a new part that's weight doesn't look identical to stock. You want to go through just to make sure you're putting it in the right position, Because I kind of think the drag link should have been flipped and facing the other way, but, that's just me and my thinking, but it's actually looks good the way it is. But there had to be some definitely doing what the instructions said to aim the drag link in a way that it looks weird and out of place, but it's correct, so that when you turn lock to lock, it doesn't smack the axle. Same thing when you articulate. You got to have it angled a certain way, so that way if you articulate the passenger side up, you don't send the drag link into the engine crossmember. So I mean, I checked things out, put it to where certain angles, and okay, well that makes sense. Yeah, there's not much clearance for this, so yeah, it needs to be like literally move it this way, move it that way, move it this way, over that way, and you're like, all right, this is where it needs to be for the best possible clearance. So, well, let's take a little video under there and let's just see it. Okay. Oof. Getting old. All right. Yeah, there's no. I don't think there's any light getting underneath here. But if you can see it, you can see the bilstein stabilizer. It's got a bracket right there that you got to measure up, which I got it right in the middle, so you know that should be good. I haven't tested lock to lock yet, but yeah, here you go. So on the drag link, all right, if you look, whoop. So if you notice, it's kind of bowed out right here, and that's to clear this stuff right here at full lock to the passenger side. The stock bar doesn't have really this bend in it. It's got a minor bend, but not this severe of a bend. So it almost thinks like this should be angled up over the pitman arm, but it doesn't. So it's made to clear all of this stuff right here. So you got like your sway bar links and your shock mounts and your track bar mount. So it's made to when you go lock to lock, you can see it sticks out more than the tow bar, and that's to clear everything. And then also going up, it's got a bows down and then back up, so that way it clears the engine cradle up here when you're articulating. And then this is your double adjustable joint, which it's hard to see, but it's there. I'll have to get a better video of this probably during the day so you can see it, but yeah, I mean, it came out really well. I think next is going to be a third track bar, just to get that on there. But I mean, their mount from Synergy for the stabilizer is really nice. That stabilizer is a bitch to compress, let me tell you. Trying to get that damn thing on there by myself, a fucking motherfucker. But anyways, all right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. And there's the old stuff right there, 2 bars. And you can see there's like literally that stock drag link's like flat straight almost. You know, that's crazy. So this one's made for lifts and all that shit. But yep. So until next time, guys.